Today it's Sunday, the 10th February 2019. I would like to speak on becoming Buddhist. For the last 3-4 years, we have been getting letters asking they want to become Bhikkhuni. They want to become Bhikkhuni. So I think we should come to have the same understanding. First of all, if you are non-Buddhist, you have to be first pronounced as Buddhist. The largest how do you call เปลี่ยนจากศาสนาหนึ่งไปอีกศาสนาหนึ่งนะ convert thank you. The largest convert happened in India some 50 years ago when 500,000 Hindus become Buddhist. So as a non-Buddhist, you just approach a monk or a nun with flower, incense, and candlestick, 3 bows, give proper 3 bows, and ask them that you would want to take refuge as a Buddhist. Taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Triple gem, we call triple gem. After that, now that you have become Buddhist, here in this temple, we now give certificate so that you can trace back when you become a Buddhist. After that, at least for 4 months, only then you can ask for ordination, lower ordination. First, you become Samaneri. In our temple now, we have only 2 Samaneri waiting here in front. 2 Samaneris, that is novice, just novice. So for being a novice, we see that they enjoy being what they are. We are happy with them. They are happy with us. Then they can go to the next step of being pronounced as Sikhamana. Sikhamana, once you become Sikhamana, then you have to be very serious. As a Samaneri, they take 10 precepts. And Sikhamana, they take the first 6 precepts without breaking for 2 years. If one of them is broken, then you have to start counting again, counting 1, 2, 3 again. So after becoming Sikhamana, you keep the precept without breaking for 2 vasas. Vasas means rain. In Buddhist culture, we always count by rain. 1 rain is about 3 months, from about June to October. Approximately, it goes according to the lunar calendar. After that, then your teacher, your Bhikkhuni teacher, will make an attempt to look for full ordination. This just very latest one, we went to Bodh Gaya for full ordination. But usually we would go to Sri Lanka. So this is a step to become a Bhikkhuni. To see whether you are all right for this monastic or not is when you become a Samaneri and you feel comfortable, you feel content, you are happy, you are joyful in being what you are. That is a mark that yes, you can continue on this path. But for some people, if they come in with a wrong intention, like they want to get rich, why do you want to get rich becoming ordained? Because once you become ordained, Thai people, they are so generous, they would make offering to the ordained one, to the monastics. In that sense, that is not the right intention to be ordained. So very soon you will have to leave the robe. You cannot remain for long. So once when we are ordained, we have offered our life for the practice. We trust the Buddha that his enlightenment is real for him, and his enlightenment and that enlightenment can also be real for us if we practice, if we keep on the path. So with that commitment, you become monastic. Whatever you gain in your practice, you share this gain with the lay people coming. You study the teaching of the Buddha, and you also put into practice and share the experience with the lay people. If you just study the text, memorize it, and regurgitate what you have learned without practice to the lay people, the lay people could actually feel that you have not really gone through the practice yourself. So it is very important that you study the text and you put it into practice. Whatever little bit you might have experienced in your practice, when you teach people, you can always teach through your own experience. When the Buddha actually set Buddhism for the fourfold Buddhists, namely the bhikkhus, bhikkhunis, laymen, and laywomen, he also gave them duty that this is what you do. You study my teaching, you put it into practice. And should there be any outsider saying something against Buddhism, you can defend it. So that is supposed to be our duty, to keep on this Buddhism, to keep this Buddhism thriving for the future generation. So Buddhism is not about textual study. Buddhism is about practice. But Buddhism is not about practice alone. It has to be study and put into practice. Then you know that what you practice is correct, is according to the teaching. Some people just jump into the practice and they don't know which direction they go. So particularly for Western people, there are two ways of coming. Some of them read lots of Buddhist books to the point that they really feel that, oh, I need to study. And then some people just jump in meditating. You know, they go to this Goenka, jump into the practice without understanding what is the underlying teaching of the Buddha. So when you keep on practicing for some time to realize that, oh, I have not understood the teaching properly, then you go back to reading the text. So it must be these two, reading the text and practice, must be combined so that you have a proper understanding of Buddhism. We now, this past few months, we have been getting letters literally on a weekly basis, you know, wanting to become bhikkhuni. So I always have to tell them not to jump in unless you know step by step. When you come in slowly, step by step, then you become successful. But if you jump in out of so much faith without really understanding, without reasoning behind it, then usually it breaks. It breaks. You cannot go on. You cannot continue. So it has to come with from both directions. So it is very important that first we know where we are in this spiritual path. We can become lay person and practice well and enlighten. Buddhism is very, very strange. You know, we never say that enlightenment is accessible only for the monastics. Enlightenment is accessible also for the lay people if you practice well. But monastic life allows you to practice better. The Buddha said that it is a shortcut. To lead a monastic life is a shortcut. So that's why we are ordained. So when you come, when you are interested in Buddhism, you know the steps that you are coming in step by step. To become a Buddhist first, to become Buddhist laymen, laywomen, and then to become monastics step by step. Then you will become successful.